Everyone, my name is Brad Gray. In this video, I will talk a little bit on how to improve your English speaking. Some background information about myself. I'm currently a graduate student in University of Rochester's Political Science Department, or University of Rochester, depends on how you pronounce Rochester. I go with Rochester all the time. Before that, I was a graduate student at Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies, and before coming to the US, I was an English major back in China. I studied at two different foreign language institutions. However, when I first came to the US 3 years ago, my American friend often said that, Fred, I don't really get what you mean. In the next 3 years, I try to reduce the frequency of this scenario. So in this video, I will talk two different tips on how to improve your English speaking in a short, limited time. The first one is listen to the podcast. I'm a huge fan of podcasts recently because those podcasts are really interesting and you can find one which attracts you the most. I am a subscriber of NBC Nightly News and the Daily Wire, so it provides me with a lot of information on politics. Because as a graduate student, you don't have enough time to watch TV, and you need to find some time to gain information about what is happening in the world. Then podcast provides you with a channel to gain information effectively. And more importantly, it makes you immerse into the English-speaking environment. As many of us know that the American grad program is not as large as the undergrad program. So many times you don't have a lot of native-speaking friends, and many times you don't speak English outside class. Then a better way to immerse into the English speaking is listening to the podcast. When I was back in China, my professor emphasized a lot on input and output. So we began to listening to the BBC World News and VOA Special English. Sometimes I find not that interesting, but podcast is a different thing because you can choose different programs. Some of them focus on history, the others focus on sports, and I'm pretty sure you will find one which fits you the best. The second advice or tip is to prepare beforehand. Recently, some of my friends are applying for American grad school, and more and more grad school require Chinese students to accept interviews. Then my friend come to me and say like, how can I perform better in terms of interview? My advice is just to practice. Probably you can write down all the potential questions and make a recording of yourself. And later on, you can listen to the recording and figure out, oh, I don't have a quite good answer for this question, or my pronunciation for this certain word is not correct. I mean, it doesn't actually require you to speak English as a native speaker. That is impossible. When I speak English, other people can easily tell I'm not a native speaker. But I mean, you can definitely increase your fluency and your, how to say, your similarity with how Americans speak English in terms of pace and intonation. Because a lot of Chinese students focus so much on pronunciations and neglect the importance of intonation and pace. I mean, these are the first two initial tips. And I will provide more tips later on and hope you guys enjoy my video. Thank you so much.